Hi everyone, so welcome back to the Student Life Chronicles, the podcast where we dive into the real life dilemmas that students like us face every day. So I am Datahan, together with me is...
I'm Princess Faith Estoque, and today we're tackling something we've all experienced at one point: group projects. You know, those fun assignments where you either stuck doing all the work or trying to figure out how to deal with conflicting personalities.
So today's episode is titled Group Project Dilemma, Balancing Team Expectations and Personal Preferences. So the scenario that is given to us is about Alex, a student who's feeling overwhelmed because his group expects him to take on more than his fair share of the work. So the group values teamwork, but Alex prefers working on his own. So, what would he do? Should he conform to the group's expectations or assert his own preferences? So let's break it down and answer a few key questions.
So, first questions. What ethical standards should Alex consider, or how can fairness and equitable contributions play a role in a group projects?
So one thing Alex should do is about the fairness. We've all been in a group where one group doesn't want to do their part and it feels unfair, right? But it makes others frustrated. So Alex needs to ask himself if he really doing enough or if the group is giving him too much work. So if they are, he has the very right to speak up and ask for help. So everyone should be sharing the work equally in a group project.
On the flip sides, we also have to think about teamwork. Even if Alex prefers working alone, this is a group project. There is a person responsibility to collaborate and make sure that project is completed successfully. Sometimes, we have to adjust our preferences for the sake of the group. It's not just about how much work each person is doing, it's about how well everyone's working together.
Okay, so there's also another question. So should Alex conform to the group's expectations or assert his own preferences for less responsibility? So what is your answer about that?
Thank you. If Alex decides to take on more work just to avoid conflict, he's probably going to feel frustrated and burn out. But hey, I get it. Sometimes it's easier just go with the flow than rock the boat, right? In case Alex would be showing compliance. He's doing what the group wants to avoid drama. Even if it's not what he truly wants, it's a common reaction in a group projects, but it's not always the healthiest long-term solutions.
Okay, so I also have an answer about that. But then there's the other side. So Alex could stand up for himself and let the group know he's overwhelmed. But maybe that causes some conflict, and it could also lead to a better balance in workload. In this case, Alex is prioritizing his personal boundaries, which is important too. He's not necessarily being difficult. He's just advocating for fairness. So it might make things awkward for a minute, but sometimes asserting yourself is necessary for your mental health and well-being.
That's good to hear. So for the next question, let's say Alex does confirm and takes on more work. Is he doing it for acceptance, because he values teamwork, or because he wants to fit in? These are the different types of conformity, compliance, internalization, or identification.
So if Alex wants to avoid conflict and fit in, that's called compliance. So he's not really on board with doing extra work, but he feels pressure to keep the group happy. So honestly, I've been there. Sometimes you just want to get through the project with as little friction as possible, even if it means taking more work than usual. So the downside is Alex could end up presenting his group, which might hurt their collaboration in the long run.
Oh, for me, maybe Alex genuinely believes in the value of teamwork and feels like stepping up is the right thing to do. If that's the case, it's internalization. He's doing more work because he sees the bigger pictures. Or maybe Alex just want to fit in with the group and align with their norms. That's identification. He wants to be a part of the team, so he's willing to take on extra responsibility to feel like he belongs. Either way, the motivation behind his action matters.
So lastly, the last question is, what's the best conflict management style for Alex? What should he accommodate, compete, collaborate, avoid, or compromise with his group?
If Alex wants to resolve this issue in a way that benefits everyone, collaboration is key. It's where you sit down and have an open conversation with your group about the workload. It's not about blaming or shaming, but about finding in a balance that works for everyone. I mean, that's the ideal situation, right? Everyone gets to contribute and no one feels like they're carrying the weight of the world. It takes more time and communication, but it's usually the best way to go.
But what if Alex isn't comfortable with confrontation? He should go to he should go the compromise route. He agrees to do a little more than he wants, but not as much as the group is asking. So it's a give and take situation. Or Alex could just avoid this issue together, which is tempting. I mean, who wants to deal with a group drama, right? But avoiding might not solve anything. If we could just delay the inevitable, and then Alex is left feeling even more stressed when deadlines hit.
So, thank you. And so, there you have it. A real life dilemma many of us facing during group projects. Should you conform to the group expectation or assert your preference? There's no one size fits all answers, but it's all about finding the balance between teamwork and personal boundaries.
So, what would you do if you were in Alex's situations? So, let us know by tweeting us, Student Life Pod, or leaving a comment on our Instagram page. So, until next time, keep striving for balance, both in group projects and in life. Thank you! Hey everyone! Welcome back again to the Student Life Chronicles, where we dive into everyday challenges we face as students and explore real life solutions. So I'm with Artan. Together with me is
I'm Princess Faith E. Estoque, and today we're going to talk about something that hits close to home for many of us: peer pressure, especially when it comes to academics. Our episode today is titled Academic Integrity versus Peer Pressure, Standing Up for What is Right.
So in today's scenario, we're talking about Emma, a high school student who's caught in a tough spot. So a lot of her classmates are cheating on assignments and the teacher has no idea. Emma feels the pressure to cheat too, but she also values her academic integrity. So she's stuck in that age-old dilemma. So does she conform to the group or does she stand her ground and risk social fallout? So let's break this down through some key questions with two different perspectives for each.
So, first question: what ethical standards should Emma consider? Why is academic honesty so important, and what's the bigger impact of cheating?
So ethically, Emma should stick to her own principles of academic honesty. We all know the importance of doing our own work right, so cheating might seem like an easy way out, but it devalues your own learning and accomplishments. Sure, you might get a higher grade, but what are you really learning? Plus, it's unfair to the students who are working hard and being honest. So by sticking to her values, Emma is maintaining her personal integrity and setting herself up for genuine success and down the road.
But for me, then there's the pressure Emma feels. Peer pressure is real, and no one wants to be the odd one out. If everyone's doing it, it can feel like cheating is no big deal. Emma might be thinking, why should I struggle if everyone else is taking the easy way out? And honestly, that's a valid feeling. However, the problem is, it's hard to stop. However, the problem is the cheating creates a cycle once you start. It's hard to stop. You rely on shortcuts instead of building real skills, and thus catches up with you eventually.
Okay, so for the next question is, should Emma conform to her peers' cheating practices or should she refuse? So my answer for that question is, if Emma refuses to cheat, she's showing strength in her convictions. So it's hard to go against the crowd, right? But standing up for what's right will give her a sense of pride and confidence. So even though it may cost her socially at first, she might find that people respect her for integrity later on. In the long run, Emma is protecting her future, her grades, and her self-respect. Cheating might give her temporary acceptance, but is not worth sacrificing her ethics.
On the other hand, if Emma decides to go along with a group and cheat, that's compliance.
Okay.
She's doing it to avoid being the odd one out. She's really okay with it deep down, but the social pressure is pushing her to go along with it. And let's be real. We've been all in this situation where we feel like we have to do something just to fit in. It's understandable, but the problem with compliance is that it leaves Emma feeling guilty and conflicted. She's betraying her own values, and that's a tough place to be.
So,
Question number 3. Let's say Emma does conform to the cheating. Why does she do it? Is it because she wants acceptance, or does she believe cheating is justified?
So if Emma is cheating just to gain acceptance from her peers, she's doing out of compliance. She's not really changing her belief system. She still knows that cheating is wrong, but sometimes that the need for social acceptance can overpower what we know is right. So this happens a lot in high school, where fitting in feels like the most important thing in the world. The danger is that Emma might start to rely on external validation instead of her own values.
Alternatively, what if Emma starts to convince herself that cheating is okay? Maybe she thinks everyone's doing it, so it can't be that bad. If that happens, Emma is starting to internalize the group behavior, meaning she genuinely starts to believe it's justified. Or maybe she just wants to align with her classmate norms, which is called identification. She's adapting their action to fit in better with the group, even if she doesn't fully believe it's right. Either way, this type of conformity is dangerous because it's a slippery slope. The more she cheats, the more it might be failed.
So for the last questions, we have, if Emma wants to address the issue of cheating with her peers, what conflict management style should she use? So, if Emma wants to resolve this without causing too much tension, compromising might be the way to go. She could acknowledge her friends' feelings but still stick to her decision to avoid cheating. For example, she might say, I get what you guys are doing this, but it's not for me. So, I'll help you study instead. That way, she's offering an alternative that doesn't directly challenge her peers, but also sets a boundary for herself.
But Emma could use the avoidance strategy, which means she simplifies, doesn't change, engage the conversation at all. She doesn't cheat, but she also doesn't call out her friends. Sometimes avoidance is easier because it helps Emma stay out of social conflicts, but the downside is that cheating will probably continue. Emma avoids personal discomfort, but she also misses out an opportunity to influence her peers for the better. So that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma Emma is facing. Academic integrity versus peer pressure. Should she conform or stand her ground? What's the best way to handle the situation? The truth is, it's something a lot of us face in a way or other throughout school, and there's no easy answer.
So, what do you think Emma should do? Have you ever been in a similar situation? So let us know on our socials at Student Life Prod and share your story with us. Thanks for tuning in to the life of Student Life Chronicles. Until next time, keep your head up and remember, doing the right thing might be tough, but it's always worth it. Thank you!